I'm gonna take another shot now.
You should. I'm so sad my other screen's not working. I don't know
I've
what I
been,
did.
y'all, I've been so tired and working so much and going through so much shit with these cars, but I need to upload the last episode streaming wise, and I need to do tomorrow. I'm gonna make sure I get both of these put on Apple and all that tomorrow.
Oh.
Oh.
It's called how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. The first down or a rebound, I dish it out for the assist. We just call it how we see it. We don't beat around the bush. The first down or a rebound, I dish it out for the assist.
Well, that was weird.
What's going on? What's going on? Call it how we see it, nation. It's your boy D Walt. I got my boy Maury J, Eddie Dean, and JJ with me, fellas. How's it going?
It's going quite well, quite well. How's it going for you guys?
Oh man, I would say it's 9 in the afternoon, but it's 8 in the motherfucking morning, man, and I feel great about it, baby.
6:28 if you live in Cali, you know.
6:28, yeah, if you're on Cali's time, yeah.
So probably nobody gonna probably be watching this live, but it's all good.
That is a good point. we dumb as shit. We thought about this.
Yeah, that's all good. It's all good.
It's all good, man. Hey,
It's all good.
Hey, last time I checked, man, the motherfuckers in Cali don't go to sleep anyway, man. Y'all stay up regardless.
Shit, I was asleep.
I don't know, man. I heard about I heard about like you guys trips to Mexico and shit like that. So I don't think you motherfuckers went to
Tell
sleep.
them about themselves.
That was a different times. Those were
Oh,
different
that's different times. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am a now Christian man. Different, it's different.
Oh.
Praise the Lord and pass.
What's your favorite?
Hello.
What's your favorite book in the Bible? The book of Hennessy?
We're not doing all that. Come
See,
on.
now you trying to be funny, bro.
I'm not gonna burn.
Hallelujah, brother.
I'm not gonna burn.
brother.
Hallelujah, the book of Hennessy.
You in the book of Hennessy.
Let the
And the
church
book of
say amen.
Cavassier.
Yeah. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do this with y'all.
You know he want to. You know he want to, man.
Y'all gonna burn for that. I'm not doing it.
He started that shit.
Yeah, I started it. Hey,
I get to watch him burn first. He started.
Hey, bro, let me tell you right now, man. The seat is hot, fool.
He said they only gonna burn half my body. They gonna burn all him.
Yeah, you gonna catch all his little ass.
Yeah,
So, fellas,
I might
man.
be able to bed.
So, fellas, man, we got another set of good topics coming in. I know you fellas waited for this one, man, and y'all wanted y'all due time to argue this or debate this great point, man, about who is the best quarterback in the AFC West.
Kirk Cousins.
I think this one is going to be very, very interesting, man. And then, of course, was it Friday night? We got to watch Serena Williams play her last set, man, which was very beautiful, man. We'll talk about her and her greatness, man, and how, for real, and what she mean to y'all as an athlete, you know what I mean, overall, man, and you guys can get into X's and O's and all that other good stuff if y'all want to. And last, if we have enough time to squeeze this in, I know they had a blockbuster trade in the NBA, man, with Donovan Mitchell, and I kind of like us to, get some time in to squeeze and see if you fellas felt like that was the destination y'all saw him going, or again, for most people, we shout out how bad did the Knicks do to fuck that up, but either way it goes, man.
Even if we don't get around to it, that's the point.
That's the point. Yeah. How bad did the Knicks fuck this one up, man? Like I don't know, man. There's something about the Knicks. There's something about the city of New York right now, man. That's just horrible. Outside of the Yankees, even though they kind of having a little tilt, but the Mets are doing good. So I mean, guess it can't be all that bad in New York.
I mean, the Yankees were doing good till the month of fucking
August.
Till the month of August, they was kicking everybody's ass before then. I figured it was gonna be a Subway Series this year.
Yeah.
Once All-Star Weekend happened, they just fucking
all that fucking roids must fucking
I'm telling you. Hey, I think that's one thing we could
have
learn, bro. Like if you're in a Yankee uniform, bro, you should never enter the home run derby, bro. Like you should just chill out. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because all your swinging after that looks like you just trying to knock one out the park, bro.
And you know what? You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy too is that the weird part about it, like everybody's kind of been talking about how they've been having like a slump as of late and stuff. But then you look at the record is still, it's
stellar.
Still good.
Still stubborn.
Yeah, but that's the whole point.
But they have been losing a lot lately. They
were so far ahead.
I guess so.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
They were so far ahead of everybody.
Besides the Dodgers.
August,
No.
The Dodgers were even the Dodgers. They were not by leaps and bounds, but even them. I mean, they were out front early in the season, and they kicked everybody's ass. Wasn't even a it was like a done deal. Like that's the Yankees in the World Series, and that's why August just. It brought them back down to earth is what it is. No, they're still gonna make the playoffs and shit. They'll bounce back. Yeah, they'll bounce back and they'll ease into the playoffs. But you don't want, just like football, you don't want to go into the playoffs getting your ass whooped either.
Nah,
I think the playoffs start October 1st or October 2nd. Yeah,
going
that
into
momentum.
the playoffs, momentum is
you already know, brother.
It's a motherfucker. It's a
motherfucker. So they better get it together. This is the time to get it together.
Before we segue into that, though, the actual topic, I will say this, and shout out to Roman Reigns as I'm about to use his line, man. The Yankees was in God mode. Like that's where they were at to start the year off. They was in God mode. They looked like they couldn't be touched.
Invincible. They was on some fucking Megatron shit. I was like, God damn.
I was like, damn.
Like the Decepticons. I was like, they destroying people.
Like, it was like no bullshit. That all of a sudden it's like they got a couple jabs in, bro, and then like the Mike Tyson line get in, man. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a plan till they get hit in the mouth. And then August came and they got popped.
They get in the mouth. You ain't lying.
And it was like, oh, I figured that with the Mets, because the Mets
they wasn't on the Yankees level at that time, but they've been cleaning people's clock too. And I'm like, damn, can the Braves get past that, or we just gonna be a wild card team and shit? But I mean,
it's right now, it's like the Mets, Astros, Padres, and then obviously Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? And then a couple
dogging it.
And then a couple other, teams, obviously, there's some honorable mentions and stuff, but I feel like those are like the top four, I feel like, right now.
I feel like the Braves right there with them. Matter of fact, to be honest, once what was Cuz that was coaching the Phillies, once they got rid of him, they've been hot. So I mean,
been hot. Yeah.
The I promise, dog, the NL goddamn East is hot as shit. So it's gonna be hard to chop that one up. Seriously. They've been neck and neck all season.
Yeah. And it's gonna be fun. It's always fun seeing new teams emerge.
I think the Braves got down to 80 wins now. Like they somewhere around there, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's hard to say. It's close. It's real close. And it's been close, like for 2-3 months now.
I like the fact that you're using the term close. Close is very, very good. Like this topic that we're about to bring up. With the AFC West quarterbacks, man, this is a very close
segue. Nice segue.
Very, very, very close.
Smooth, like just a smooth segue.
You've been practicing, huh, boy? You've been in that goddamn area.
Yes. I've been in there. Hey, hold on, wait.
Let's Stephen A.D.
Yeah, Stephen A.D. So check this out too. Look, notice, man, I got my boy Goku shirt on, big dog. I'm not wearing black today. But anyway, so very close segment in this one, man, with the guys, man, in this AFC West quarterback division. So I kind of want to see how you guys place these quarterbacks in their division, man. Again, this is wide open. And fellas, always remember this, man. It Nation. Every good conversation goes down good with Hennessy, man. I didn't have my shot this morning. I know a few of y'all already had it, and one of us just got off the clock and just downing that shit like it's coffee. Good morning.
Some of us have a different religion, huh?
For real. For real. So, Maury J, man, since you sipping on the good Hennessy, and like I said, every good conversation goes great with the Hennessy, big dog. Man, let us know how you feel about that division and quarterbacks, man.
All right. So I know we said, we was gonna have a little time this time to prep and everything, and I studied in prep. So
you're normally pretty good though with
but you're pretty good, yeah.
So
I like you off your dome picks, man.
Yeah, you still be in it.
All right, so this is kind of it is very rough. We know this is very, 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 very rough. But I'm gonna start off with
it's so tough, yeah.
I thought I had it. I thought I was going to say it.
You going from least to best again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Least to best.
Got you.
I thought I was finna say it, and then it just like something to stop me, like the holy fucking football ghost. And they said, "Hold on, nigga."
Well,
all right. I told you it's always in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah,
I told you that.
Oh yeah, I've been stopped trying that. I've been stopped.
Just gave it up.
I gave that up a long time ago. Nigga. I gave that shit up. Yeah.
You ain't bleeping that out now? Oh, nigga.
You can't bleep it out on the
right. We been stopped that. You got worse than me at one point.
You got a 2-second delay on the live? What you got? Bleep the live out.
All right. Let me see. All right. Fuck, man. Shit. Just get it out. All right. I'm going to go with Carr. I'm going to go with Carr at number 4.
Okay.
That was real tough for me. Real tough for me. And the reason why I say it's tough because I like Carr. I think that he's a really good quarterback. I think he's always a top 10 quarterback in the league every year that he's been in there. The reason why, obviously, I'm gonna just go ahead and say number 3. Obviously, we know, why I'm gonna put my Chargers quarterback up in there. And see. So
thank you for being realistic. Holy shit! Finally, all right, keep going. Yeah, fuck, man.
And I'm
all right.
So the reason why, and here's the difference. Like the only reason why I'm putting him fourth, right? And hold on, sorry. It's early right now, so I'm trying to.
No, take your time. For anybody that we lucky enough to be watching, my man worked last night. He the heavy lifter this morning. So take your time.
Yeah,
bro.
yeah. All right. So
time,
look, Herbert. Reason why I'm picking Herbert third, right, over Carr is not because I think that he's just so much better than Carr. It's because it's one of them things where, like I said, kind of when I brought up a Tannehill situation where we said he's been in the league already.
Mm-hmm.
He's been in the league already. We've seen what he can do. You know what I'm saying? We've seen his ceiling. You know what I'm saying? Can he get better? I think as far as what Carr can get better at is more so just the surrounding cast around him. I don't think it's gonna be more so he's gonna get better. I think that he's at his top of his ceiling right now.
At his ceiling.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's more so who you put around him now is what can maximize, what Carr can give you now. And again, I mean, I think he can be a Super Bowl quarterback. It's just a matter of just, getting there, the right coaching, right play calling,
game scheme, field position, shit like that.
Yeah. So it's like it's not like I'm taking a knock on. It's a very tough division. It's not. It is not a knock on him at all. It's just more so because he's been in the league already. And
he needs to be a number 2 in any other division, not a number 1. Seriously.
Exactly.
In a weak division, he'd be a number 1 easy.
Definitely. And so even with all the great quarterbacks in the league right now, he's still top 10. You know what I mean? Like hands down.
I agree.
The thing is that with Herbert, with Herbert is that we've all seen the potential in this guy since day one. I mean, I was high on him when he got drafted, and the guy came out with such confidence in his arm that, I mean,
I agree.
It's almost like the last person that you've seen kind of compared to him was obviously Josh Allen, which ain't like Josh Allen's like this vet who's been in the league forever, but a lot of times you don't really
I always felt that was a close comparison.
A lot of times you don't see guys come into the league with such confidence, right? To sling the ball out there, to just be, what I mean? He came out there and looked like he had been doing it, for 5-6 years already, and he's still getting better. He's still I think he's gonna continue to get better. And so the reason why I'm picking him over Carr is because obviously he's younger. I think that he's gonna have way more. His numbers are ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The team that they've surrounded him with, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's really the biggest difference in it. Is like I said, it's not a knock on Carr at all. It's just that we've seen his ceiling. And now I'm looking at like, where the hell is this guy's ceiling going to be at? Because I think that he can get, I don't know how good the guy's going to get, but I know he's going to get better. And that's scary. You know what I mean? Because he's already, you know what I mean? He's already like, you're already, eventually he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day if he's even stays at the pace that he's at now. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this young cat can get better is dangerous. It's scary. And that's why I'm picking him over Carr. Number 2. Oh man. So
it's tough, bro.
It is.
And so look, and
it's tough.
So it's tough right now. Reason why I'm gonna flip it around real quick. Reason why I just said my 4 and 3, I said was really because of the fact that one guy's been in the league longer and we've seen his ceiling. So you would think, okay, well, it got to be the same scenario. Now I'm gonna flip this shit now. I'm actually gonna put Mahomes at 2, and I'm gonna put my boy Russell Wilson at 1.
Come on.
And because of the fact, right? But we all know Mahomes is a fucking amazing. A dog. If Russell Wilson hadn't went there, he'd be my number 1. But here's my reason why I'm picking Russell over him. because of what I said, how Carr has been in the league for so long, but Carr they've had one winning season, maybe two, I think at best, right?
Yeah, normally 8-8 is
you know what I mean?
They always Cowboy record.
They always miss the playoffs by like that 1 or 2 games. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And all we needed from you, Carr, was to get us one game to get into the postseason. A couple of times that happened. You know what I'm saying?
2020 they was 8-8, and then last year they were 10-7.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's usually where they're like short by maybe 2 games.
Yeah.
And they do it to themselves every season. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you got to have your quarterback. You know, the quarterback is the guy that usually you need to get you over that. Look, like it's one thing if you 5-6 games, man, but 2 games, man, quarterback that you got to get it done at this point. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So come back into this. Russell Wilson, like, yes, has he had a couple bad seasons recently? Yes, he has. Not him. Team-wise has.
Team-wise, yeah.
He has been carrying the teams he's been on. But
no weapons, no defense, no run game,
nothing.
Nothing. No offensive line.
Running for his life.
DK is a weapon.
No,
But he was coming into his own though. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with that.
And so DK, I mean, he was more so a physical specimen the first year. You know, obviously, and then he's been learning the game, and now he's becoming a very good receiver now.
Can I interject and say something real quick though about
ahead.
DK? Since we're saying that, this will be the year that we'll find out if it's 100% DK or if that was a mixture of him just really having a Hall of Fame quarterback. Because now he's going to be subject. A good point too. Now he's subject to two quarterbacks who should be practice squad quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's no disrespect to those brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Just
being honest.
Look like.
You know what I mean? Right. You go from an A quarterback to now you going to A. I should.
Well, yeah. I mean, look at Odell when he went over there with Baker. It's a lot of obstacles. Like sports is really an art. You know what I'm saying? Like it's so many obstacles that can change the life and the career of a player by one thing. Literally, it's just, so, but I don't want to get off track, man.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that Russell Wilson has been consistent and he's still consistent.
Mm-hmm.
He can carry a team. And the fact that now he's on a team with the most weapons, a defense again, a coach that it believes in everything that Russell Wilson wants to do. Russell Wilson is rejuvenated. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is scary. I don't know how people are not talking more about this. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know why either.
I really feel like I'm not going to say disrespected because I think people still respect him, but I almost feel disrespected for him because I feel people should be more threatened by Denver, me personally.
Yeah.
Because the guy has carried
the shine they need. You're right.
The guy has carried Seattle, and even when they won the championships, it was more so that he never still had a good line. He still never had Antonio Brown or Devontae Adams
or Mike Williams or none of that. None of that.
He had
Keenan Allen. None of that shit.
He had guys that just played
practice squad receivers.
I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah, but I know what you mean though. He had some second string type dudes
like
on
the rest, like the Randall Cobbs. You know what I'm saying? Like the Golden Tate kind of guys.
I'm about to say his whole team was Golden Tates.
His whole team was Golden Tates. Yeah,
he never
had though. It really.
Yeah,
he always had number twos, and he made number ones out of them. You're right.
Exactly. Baldwin and these guys, he made them good. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he made them better. But
Golden Tate got paid because of Russell Wilson. Let's not forget that.
And I'm saying
that big ass contract from Detroit.
And you look at college ball, right? Like college basketball, you have these guys that they never make it in the NBA, but they were great in the NBA because they were great in college. Because they were that great role player. They had a great IQ, and that's why I feel like he just had those kind of receivers in football. Mm-hmm. He never had I could just throw this shit up and he gonna grab it. A Hopkins and these guys, he never had that. You know what I'm saying?
Sick, bro.
And so he had a defense though that can give him multiple shots and chances is what he had.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
He was always running for his life. He was always running for his life when it came to, when height, motherfuckers was in that backfield.
He made solid receivers look really good.
Exactly. Right. So now
he made his offensive line look even better because he wasn't getting all those damn hits, Houdini and everything, bro. But age catches up to you though.
He knew how to extend plays.
And so the fact that now the guy has a decent offensive line, he has he has running backs in Javonte Williams and Gordon.
Melvin Gordon.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Gordon.
You know what I'm saying? He has receivers. He has a defense that can get him the ball back.
No
Like,
fly
again,
zone is back. No fly zone is back. With
oh
that
man,
defense.
like that.
No,
that
fly zone.
Yep.
Hey,
no fly
look.
zone. Yeah.
So for me, that's the reason why he's number one for me, because the guy has been consistent. He stayed consistent, and now he has a team around him. If he hadn't been consistent in all these things and yada yada, or wasn't having winning seasons, like the guy has fell short a couple of times of the playoffs, but it wasn't because of him.
Yeah,
and it wasn't because of him.
Yep.
He did everything he could do. You know what I'm saying? So
he's only had one losing season, and that was
it.
this past season. That's because he was out. He was out.
Exactly.
And was still in the playoff hunt. It's still in the playoff hunt.
Yes. And so, with some bad defense and horrible offensive lines with no weapons. So that right there is like, how do you not put him number one? How do you not be more worried about Denver? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is too, it's early. If they need to go, if they feel they don't got something for him, they can go still get it. They still got draft capital. They still got the money. They still got young assets to trade around.
Yeah.
If they feel they need something else, they can still get it.
They can piece it
So
together. Yeah.
it's that's why he's my number one. That's the only reason why Mahomes is number two, because he has him there. Mahomes, like I said, I don't really have to speak too much on Mahomes, man. We all know what Mahomes is.
Yeah,
what
we
he
all.
can do.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be right there in the middle of that. You know what I'm saying? That AFC, divisional championship game. He's gonna be there probably again, but it's gonna be fun to see. I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun year, man.
This division is fun, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It's gonna be a fun year, man. I mean, because we don't
schedule is a motherfucker.
We don't know. You know what I'm saying? We still got the Bengals. Like, are they going to retract? You know what I'm saying? Are they going to be better than what they were? Which I think they're going to be just as good, I feel like, because now they have those young receivers that are coming back with more swagger, more confidence now, and they drafted really good. So, you know what I'm saying? You got them. We already know we got Bills, who everybody's picking them as the favorites. Like I said, we got Kansas City, that I feel their team is going to be more dangerous. We got
more dangerous than
the Broncos.
Yeah,
I mean,
I still think that whole division with Cincinnati, them gonna be good. I mean, if they had Watson, that'd be the division of
these two divisions. Yeah,
those two would be the division of AFC.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, I'm sorry, I'm never gonna count Pittsburgh out. I don't give a fuck
who
their quarterback is.
No, because when you have that kind of coach and that rapport.
Thank you. Yeah. But I don't. Yeah, I think that Cincinnati gonna win their division. And so anyway, go ahead, finish what you were saying. I'm sorry.
No, just that. But those are
AFC got a lot of good teams. Yeah.
So JJ, you want to get up in there? JJ, you want to get up in there real quick, man? Let give us your full breakdown.
Yeah. Let's
come on, Jay.
Let's go kick it off. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have basically the same layout as Amori.
Come on,
and I'm not like copying the shit. I had this shit written down since last week.
Hey,
I had my shit done.
You look at all young and spry this morning. You kind of glowing since you had that baby. Look at JJ, man.
That man got a daughter, bro.
I'm saying he look. I'm not being funny right now. JJ look like he about fucking 10 years younger this morning.
I know. That's because he had a daughter.
Y'all smiling and glowing and shit.
Daughters do that to you, bro. Daughters do that to you.
You blushing and smiling.
I don't even know how the hell you see that, because I'm sleep deprived in the mouth.
Hey, I hear you. Maybe that's what it is, man.
Daughters do that to you, big dog.
I'm telling you. I told you I was gonna be up at 6:30. I was at 6:30 feeding her. So.
Oh yeah, you ain't getting no sleep no more.
I can't. I tried to come back and get a little
nap.
Nah, that shit wasn't happening.
But, I rolled over with this shit on my mind, fool. I ain't had no baby in my hand, but I rolled over. I said, "Yep, time to get the boys up." Invites.
I was dreaming about this Serena shit. Just dreaming like a little baby. I was like, So, what you got, Jay?
But like I said, I've already put my order out there. Derek Carr number 4. But I kind of gotta go with the same thing Amori said. I got Derek Carr at number 4 because he's been really consistent. I mean, he hasn't had really highs or really lows. It's been kind of straightforward, and he might have a little bump, a little peak to his year. This year, adding Devontae Adams, so that might improve his numbers a little bit. But other than that, I'm not expecting like a big spike, big improvement or whatever. I just see him improving from what he's been consistently doing every year.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, Justin Herbert, I got him number 3 because it's basically like Amori said, it's just he came in and he just started lighting up everybody. I mean, nobody had him on their radar. He was beating teams, like he was putting crazy numbers out there. I mean, they were putting points up like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, after Tyrod got hurt, he broke his ribs or whatever, nobody really said anything. They just kind
And
of
real quick, just I'm sorry. I think I mentioned this one time, bro. It's almost pathetic now. It, it's literally this is facts. Every year, what I think for the past like 5 years, Tyrod Taylor has been on a different team.
I was about to say that. Yeah, he's got hurt.
And he's hurt the first game every fucking season. He got hurt already in the preseason game for the Giants already.
And he was about to have the starting job. He was
already
about to be handed
already,
the
bro.
Job from Danny Dimes.
He got hit one time and
what Tyrod? He just
hey, he needs.
Yeah,
he's not a bad quarterback, man.
He's not. That's the thing.
That's the point.
Not. He's
yeah, I
not,
do too.
but he gets hurt every season. But go ahead, JJ. I didn't go. I just have to. You said his name and it. Oh Lord,
you feel bad for him, huh?
yeah. And after Tyrod got hurt and Justin Herbert came in, I mean,
he got to take Hennessy for that one.
It was like mid-season. He came in, he did his thing, and then he got hurt, and everybody kind of just forgot about him. And then he came back this year, and he kept doing the same thing. Like he was just lighting it up, and it's crazy because last year on one of my leagues, nobody drafted him. I picked him up damn near like 4th or 5th week. I picked him up, played him the whole season, and I won that league. And it was because Justin Herbert.
You won that league, goddamn it.
It wasn't ours, JJ. It wasn't ours, Eddie. You looked up like what? It wasn't ours, bro. I'm gonna just say that right now.
Messy.
No, I'm messy as a motherfucker. You know I'm messy.
I was like, what the fuck you did? Wait a minute, man. I'm like, JJ, tell his story.
hey, look, let me tell you something.
But really, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
In our league, people are very, very smart. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do their homework. And that's what I like about our league. Now, originally when I came in here, you motherfuckers let me just ramsack y'all ass. And I loved it. But motherfuckers got smart. You know what I'm saying? So these motherfuckers in this league get smart, bro. They do their homework. They study the game. You know what I'm saying? Whatever league that was, JJ, you tell them fools. I bet you next year they ain't gonna do that shit. And then after that, they like, no, you see that motherfucker on Walrus, bro. You pick him up.
I really looked up. Oh, go ahead, JJ. I'm sorry.
I'm not telling them shit because I got my report card on that league and I'm projected to go 15-0. So hey, keep that shit like it is.
Yeah,
you really holding on to that fucking? Let me tell you something.
I ain't never seen a projection for your record.
You never seen it before?
Hey, look, Amari, let me tell you something. They'll project that shit. They'll project that shit, but it's normally bullshit. So don't worry about it.
But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Hey, JJ gonna be disappointed in a motherfucker.
It wasn't bullshit last year.
Normally
bullshit.
It wasn't bullshit. Yeah.
And I'm like, what D said. They must be some motherfucking suckers, man. Because I swear to God, they some fucking suckers, man. Hey, JJ good. JJ not bad.
JJ good.
I looked up because I was trying to figure out
two-time champ.
I gave him the credit last, but I looked up because I was trying to figure out who you were talking about. You talking about you picked up Herbert?
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, that's the part I missed. But no, I see D messy ass. Yeah, I see Eddie looked up. I'm sorry, go ahead. It wasn't us.
I don't want
bitches ran through.
We sitting out here on this. Hey, we sitting here on this podcast and we let that shit slide. No, like the fans know now that we all inside the same fantasy league and we let that shit slide until week 4. That's gonna make us look bad. That's why I gotta clean that shit up. Hell no.
No shit, man.
I wasn't a part of it, you know. I tried to get in and they ran from it, you know. So
it's never too late, man.
Never too late.
I can't draft tonight. I'll be at work on the dock.
I'll draft for you, fool. Man. I got you.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. You got it.
I got you, fool. I want to put you on autopilot. I'm gonna think like a more J.
Where you at, JJ?
Jumping in on Justin Herbert, man. Last year around mid-season, he had like top 1 to 3 numbers like in every category. Like he was over Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen. Like he was number 1 damn near. Like so Justin Herbert being at number 3 is a little, you know, it's not speaking for itself, but it's just it's like I said, it's such a hard division that you got Pat Mahomes and Russell Wilson on top of that. So I can't put him any higher than that, even though he had those numbers. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. But with that, I'm gonna jump into Pat Mahomes, and it's the same thing. I mean, uh, Pat Mahomes, we know what he can do. He could put up numbers. He could make plays. Um, he's got a stacked team. Um, but I gotta put dangerous number one.
Number one.
And it's because of the same thing Amori said. It's because of the experience. He has a better team, better O line, better defense, and now he don't have to be running around like crazy. And the what did it for me though, it's because Pat Mahomes and Russell Wilson are almost the same.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of have the same style of play. Uh, obviously the experience, but I looked this up, and Russell Wilson and Pat Mahomes just have, obviously because of the time, but Russell Wilson has 24 comeback wins,
Mm-hmm.
and then he has 32 game-winning drives.
Yeah, he had a lot.
Pat Mahomes only has 9 fourth quarter comebacks and 10 game-winning drives. So obviously you got 15 more fourth quarter comebacks.
Well, I like this breakdown.
I tell you what, JJ, he only got one I remember. That was the one when he destroyed Houston's ass in the fucking playoff game. Well,
hey, I remember that shit because I was there.
The rest I don't remember. I remember that. You were there, really?
Yes, sir. I was there.
Fucker. Nah, what was it? Real quick, what was Houston up by? I was at. I don't want to tell myself.
It was a touchdown. It was like the last minute and 15. I knew there was still enough.
No, I'm talking about Houston. Houston ran the score. I'm talking about not in the fourth quarter when they actually won the game. I'm talking about when Houston went up.
It was like 20 something to 0.
It was like 20 something to 0.
Or some shit like that.
I remember motherfuckers was talking shit. There's, oh man, y'all got this. I said, nah, man.
Raise my hand.
I thought you were talking about
we all talked
Seattle.
about that shit. We talked about this shit. I said, man, y'all know Houston, man, like we do. I said, y'all better slow down. I'm talking about the motherfuckers at work. And sure enough, Kansas City just tearing their ass up, man.
Nah, I thought you were talking about the Seattle Russell Wilson coming back on us.
Oh no! I'm talking about the one with with Mahomes.
That's what. That's what Russ.
My bad. I was talking about Mahomes when he came back on Houston. That's what I'm talking about. When you said he had the 9 or something like that, 7.
Yeah.
I mean, and I say that's the one I'm talking about. I say he got that one I remember, and that was that one when he came back on Houston.
Yeah. Well, Russell Wilson has one against us too.
Oh, I'm sure he got probably more than that. Everybody got one against Houston.
Yeah, but hey, that's basically it. I mean, I can't add more to it because I mean, Maury already pointed it out. I just wanted to put out those extra little numbers, but
I like those extra numbers, man. Yeah, remind ESPN and Fox and them, man, like how bad Russ is, because I think they just seem to have forgotten how good that brother is. They all stuck up Patrick Mahomes.
Man, they just remember how good that dick is. Whoever it's time to ride they dick, that's what they remember, and they ain't worried about no other shit like that. Like we're gonna talk about and keep it real and shit,
keep it real. But that's they
I'm about to keep it real in a minute.
Yeah,
so
they just gonna ride it. Yeah, it's what's hot right now type shit, man.
That's
what gets the kids messed up right there. It's like they only focus on what's hot right now. They don't see the entire picture. They only just see what's happening today, and that's what fuck you up right there. Go ahead, Eddie Dean.
All right, mine gonna be a little different. But I don't give a fuck. So it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Mine's different too.
It's gonna start out the same with Carr at number 4. Amari, Jay said it. JJ agreed with it. We all on the same page. That he's not a bad quarterback. He a solid motherfucker. But at the end of the day, I don't see him being better than these other quarterbacks, is what it is.
Yeah.
The one thing I will give him that may be his game changer this year is Devontae fucking Adams. Let's see what he do. Because let's be honest. Last year, his numbers weren't terrible. It was pretty on average with the numbers in the division. I think he finished with like 4,800 yards or some shit like that.
Yeah, 4,800 yards. Sure did. 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions.
Decent passer rating. Yeah, thank you.
94.
Yeah, oh yeah, decent pass. That's what I'm saying. So he is not a bad quarterback by any means. He just stacked up in a division that where you gotta be that guy. It's kind of like what we said about Mills, but it's a better version of it. Like you gotta.
Yeah.
It's not about will you be Joe Montana or not, or better yet, maybe it is. Like what I'm saying is, it's not about are you good, but are you gonna be. And I don't want to say Joe Montana, but are you going to be that guy that's going to win big?
Yeah.
And see,
can you be great?
Can you be great? Oh man. So it's not about is he good? No, Derek Carr is very good. But is he going to be the guy that can beat these other motherfuckers? Is the question. Is he good enough to surpass them? People act like
Is he good enough to be like Davis Mills? Like, I feel you.
So
you better file 13 that shit.
People act like this shit is all fantasy football, and it's all about some stat shit. And it's not sometimes, which is what I ain't trying to bring up the old shit, but I was so busy revisiting our Mills thing the other day that it kind of breaks down to that where it's not just about are you serviceable, but and I don't want to rehash that, but it's about are you better, because that was the point I was making in. Are you better to surpass these other people? Because if not, in Mills' case, then what is the point? But again, I'm not trying to rehash that old argument, but that's Carr is what I'm saying. Carr is a guy who is good, but if he ain't better than these other guys, then his good don't really matter because we'll remember him. We'll remember him like we remember, Bobby Hebert, goddamn Bernie Kosar. You'll remember him, but you ain't gonna never, just like those guys, you're gonna always be a Boomer Esiason. You always be like, well, he never really won though. Yeah, but look at who he got to play.
Yeah.
So he got the deck stacked against his ass, and it just is what it is. But if there's something that's going to be the difference that's in the tail of the tape is the Devontae Adams thing. If he is going to take a step further, it's going to be because he got that guy now, and it may open up the Hunter Renfrows. You know what I'm saying? So and he may get even better numbers. I mean, he's only a couple hundred shy of 5,000 yards. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So and it ain't like this division just got better when they got Russell Wilson. No, they still had fucking Herbert and fucking Mahomes last year. So he still did decent. And defense-wise, I won't say they mid-pack, but they got good defenses in that division. So it's not
a little bit below. They're a little bit below mid-pack. Yeah.
So it's like I believe that he's a good quarterback, but we'll see. He's number 4 because unless he makes a big leap because of Devontae is what I'm getting at.
I know numbers lie, but just to throw this out for Derek Carr's argument to save his little ass, he did have the highest completion percentage out of all quarterbacks inside his division. He almost completed 70% of his passes. He was actually at 68.4. Yeah. So I
didn't look at the numbers, but I wonder how many of them were deep down the field, like over.
I'm not look. It don't. Yeah. It don't really specify that.
That's a good. I like where you went with that. That's a good.
Yeah.
That's a good
but that's just saying. Yeah.
Oh, either way, he's a solid fucker as far as completing passes. But like I say again, those numbers lie depending on how much you want to air it out.
Depends on numbers lie.
Especially when you don't really. To me, he didn't really have like a real big deep threat receiver. So
Winfro, that was it. Winfro and everybody else seemed to be getting in trouble going to Vegas. So, I mean, or staying in Vegas. So, I mean, I ain't going to touch that either with a 10-foot pole. But, yeah,
So, this is where the controversy lies. Is that
come on, man. I like this.
In my number 3. My number 3 is Mahomes, man. It is what it is.
Hey.
And I'm gonna be all right. Because I've been saying this, and it's consistent with what we've been talking about. I mean, to me, I'm not saying he gonna have, again, I put him above a guy who I feel gonna have a good year too. So he above him. So, and I think it's some big shoes to fill with Mahomes. But, and I'm gonna tell you why, well, I don't want to get too much ahead of my list. He's the number 3. Obviously, he finished with some decent numbers last year too. Same thing, around 4,800 passing yards.
Yeah, just a little over.
A whole bunch of touchdowns, but he is kind of like, he got the pedigree. We know he can make plays, but I'm going to tell y'all something. The reason I put him at number 3 is because I remember it might have been last year One of them years where he had, I think it was last year, but if it wasn't, it was the year before. But it felt like last year. I didn't go that far in researching, but it felt like last year we had like a slow start. What was the year when he kept trying to make plays and couldn't? He was fucking up, throwing interceptions. Seemed like it was the beginning of last year.
The beginning of last year, yeah, that's when he had all.
He kept trying to make plays and get that magic from the year before when he was, in the Super Bowls and shit, like the second Super Bowl or whatever the case. And it wasn't working. It was like he was overplaying. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that kind of shit is by accident. I'm not saying that problem didn't get corrected because he settled down and he had a decent season. But what I'm saying is, we're taking away one more, and y'all made a good point. I want to give y'all credit since I kind of revisited the old conversation. I'm gonna revisit one where y'all made a good point. Y'all made a good point in saying that basically the receivers you have now, not that the bar is set lower, but you know what I mean, like that he may be able to spread it out more. So he may play or may make less mistakes and still get good yards. I mean, I'm still going, if it was fantasy, I still take him in a heartbeat. So it depends how they choose to run this season. If he comes out without Tyreek and is more prone to want to try to make things happen, then it's all about what's their game plan. If you try to make more shit happen, then I think they might not be. Again, we're gonna see flaws and we're gonna see where they're trying to reclaim that old magic, and it ain't there no more because you're losing players.
I like what you said on this one. Yeah,
there's more film. I'm not saying that he's gotten older because he's still a very young guy, but every year there's more film, there's a little bit less step. Every year people settle in more, and people see, okay, that it's not just about, it's kind of like Serena. It's not just, and he ain't nowhere for career-wise where she is as far as getting older, but it's like after a while, people are expecting more of you, be it him, Lamar Jackson, whoever, to not as much be a pocket passer, but to get more done with your arm. So, and he good at that. He could pull some rabbits out his ass. But again, the more people come into the game expecting that, little shovel passes and little, at the line and shit, then it's like they're preparing for your game. So is he that dude that is he that Michael Jordan type dude where even when you know what he gonna do, he can still do it and you just can't stop? He unstoppable. Is he Shaq? Or is he basically that dude where basically he done lost Kobe, so now he kind of out there alone?
He kind of just...
Yeah, and I mean, don't get me wrong, he still got like Juju. He still got some decent receivers and shit. He still got, which Koch should be running back, coming back healthy, Edward Solaire or whatever. I'm not saying, again, I'm putting him above Derek Carr, and I believe Derek Carr is going to have a good season. So I'm not saying they're going to have a bad season. I'm saying by Kansas City standards with Andy Reid, it may not be. I said it before. I said they'll get a wild card, but I don't think they win in that division.
Yeah.
So
I think we could all agree on that one. I think the same thing too. I think they get a wild card spot, but I don't
they're gonna be good, but they're gonna be trouble for people, especially with the schedule this year. It's gonna make it that much harder too. Because they all playing that same hard ass schedule. They all got the Rams, so it's gonna make it that much harder. So we'll see. But again, they all gotta play the same schedule. So it's not like the schedule alone is hurting him and not other people.
Yeah.
After that, I'm like Amari did, I'm gonna go ahead and put Herbert number 2, and I'm gonna put Wilson number 1. So I'm gonna put Herbert number 2, right? I like. Okay, this is the thing. Honestly, I'm looking for him to be number 2, but they may get film on him. They may be more prepared for him. I don't believe he'll not take a step back, but slow down. I believe he'll continue to improve because it's almost like he's a solid quarterback. And it's not like the expectations are low, but they're allowing him to develop and become the quarterback he's supposed to become with the Chargers. It's like when people go to the Chargers, I don't give a fuck if it's Rivers, Breeze. You kind of allowed to become a good quarterback there because it's like they just try to develop their system. And that system is kind of Utah Jazz-ish, but it is what it is. Yeah. But like the Jazz, they always in the playoffs. So it's like, they're a consistent team, a consistent organization is what I'm saying.
Well, that's one thing he can't say, though. I mean, Utah in the playoffs, but this brother ain't touched the playoffs yet. That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is, I'm saying that the team over a period of time.
Okay.
Like since I went back to Breeze. I mean, I'm saying that consistently they stay relevant and as a decent team with a decent quarterback is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's one of those teams where you don't really worry about them because they're not hot on paper, but until you play them and then it's like, oh shit, man, Rivers and them made the playoffs again. Okay, it's like they always kind of are there. So I'm saying
I
that.
feel what you're saying.
I feel what you're saying. Yeah,
And you're right. That's definitely
Come
facts.
on.
But I think that this is actually the first time that you're 100% like right on the nail. But I think that this is different now.
Come on, tell me why.
I think this team this year is expected for once out of all those teams that we spoke. I think they're actually expected now with a lot of pressure to actually fuck a playoff, like it's ring now, like ringer that, or you feel me? I feel like now they are putting that pressure on this team to have to win, to have to produce.
I like what you're saying, but I'm gonna ask you a question. To win, it depends on what level. To win
it
playoffs,
all. To win it
so
all.
that's what I say. To win it all, I don't think so. I think
I
that
do,
people
because
would like
when you look at everything that they did this offseason, all the guys they went and got, you know what I'm saying? Like you went and take away the corner, JC Jackson, and then you give him a big ass contract. Obviously, we already know, Derwin, they should have let him go. They kept Derwin, paid him big ass contract. You go and trade for, Mac, like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a bunch of Pro Bowlers on your team now. You know what I'm saying? You have Pro Bowler receivers on both sides of the ball. Pro Bowler running back.
Though. Yeah.
Pro Bowler. I mean,
having that.
Yet none of us put him as number one.
No,
and I understand we talk about the team and the quarterback, but the quarterback gonna be as good as the team.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
what I'm saying. But hold on, I'll let you talk. Let me talk. So how big are the expectations, really? So what I'm saying is, if we got another quarterback that we believe is going to have a better season, which for me, I'm not saying they're one and the same, but I believe means that they're going to have a better season, as in the team also. Again, they don't have to be one and the same. I'm not saying that's what your argument is. But what I'm saying is that we all have put that quarterback at number 2, then none of us have put them number 1 because we don't believe that team is going to be the best team in the division, which means that how are they expected for a ring? If that's contradiction is what I'm saying.
I just need them to make the playoffs.
If we all said, man, Herbert going to be number 1, numbers, and the Chargers going to take it, then I'd be like, yeah, well, that expectation is a ring. But the reason why I made the distinction, because I agree with what you're saying, I just don't think it's that far. I think the expectation, I think that personally, deep down inside, what we all are feeling, regardless of what people are saying, we all feel that team is an AFC championship team, possibly. And not a Super Bowl team that's supposed to win, because if so, I really believe we'd all have them slated at number 1. That's just my opinion. It's arguable.
For me, it's making the playoffs.
And that's what I'm saying. I think AFC championship, if we saw them make the AFC championship, we'd be like, all right, let's stay here. They doing good. But I don't think we'd be disappointed if they didn't make the Super Bowl. If they won if they lost an AFC championship, I don't think it would be like I don't think like it would be below expectation is what I'm saying. I
think they would have surpassed
it's just a difference of opinion. I like what because you know me, I like if I don't talk bullshit. I like what Amore is saying. I just don't think that. I think that a lot of us want to say that, but I don't really think a lot of us feel that is what I'm saying. Because if we did, then we'd be slating him to take it all this year. We'd be slating him at number 1. Because why wouldn't we? He the only quarterback in that division through 5,000 yards. So why would we not? Why he ain't number 1? It's one of those things where I know,
but numbers lie. But numbers lie, though.
Numbers can lie, but again, they playing in the same fucking division. And
numbers can't lie.
All the stuff he got to say, they in the same division, got all these Pro Bowl people coming back and blah blah. Yeah. So why? To me, I'm saying that regardless.
He's only not number 1 is because the guys in front of him have been doing it at this level already. That's the only difference.
I understand.
It's not just because
our predictions is what we feel is what I'm saying. Fuck the numbers and fuck all the bullshit. I like this. This is a good conversation. What I'm saying is, we all deep down inside believe that those same guys that even if it's Russell Wilson, we're thinking he's going to have a better year, which means we're thinking I'm asking a question. Let me pose a question. Are y'all thinking that Denver is going to finish with that the Chargers record is going to be better than Denver's?
No.
So what are we saying? No, that's my whole point.
Well, I'm not.
It's a hard argument, but that's
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying no.
Come on, say no. Speak on it. I'm asking a real question. I want to answer.
I mean, I'm not saying no to nobody in that division. That's the thing. It's a matter of who wants it more and who can put the pieces together and figure this shit out and make the shit jail. Every one of those teams in that division has what it takes to be a championship team. So I'm not really giving nobody the advantage on nobody, to be honest. That's why it's so exciting for this season, because we don't know anybody in that division couldn't fucking be the top.
And I'm not either. That's why I don't think that expectation is that high, is what I'm saying. Not only because of the in relation to other teams. And it's easy. I remember one time I was watching something and they had where they kept. It's like when on a list. Let's say you got like a top 5 list. You can't make 6 people or 7 people top 5. You got to say, well, somebody got to come off the list. That's what I'm saying. That we can't say that they are predicted, even though people feel that they could do it, that they're predicted when all of us together are saying that they're not, or he's not going to be the number 1 quarterback in that division, which again, I'm going to keep saying, does not mean the team won't win. I made last time we did quarterback predictions or whatever rankings last time, I started with who was going to be the best in that division and who was going to finish or have a better season. So I'm not saying I'm the first one to say that they're not one and the same, but I am saying that if none of us are saying that that's it, if he got all these weapons and he could produce the numbers and all this stuff, then why are we not putting it? Why are we not putting him? I can concede to one, but I can't concede to both. Why are we not putting him number 1 then?
Well, and I mean, it's like what I just said. I mean, simply is the fact that it's not the fact that he can be the number 1 quarterback in Division 2 this year. It's the fact of simply saying that we have numbers and we have tape and we have film that the 2 guys in front of him have done it already.
And I'm great with that. I'm saying let's keep that energy and say that he won't finish that way then.
But that's not what I'm saying. No, I'm not saying that he can't be number 1, and I'm not saying that he is number 1. I'm saying that he has the potential to, and I'm saying the only reason why the people I'm choosing in front of him is because they have proven it already. That's the only difference. I
agree. I'm not arguing none of that. But no, I'm saying that. No, go ahead. I'm listening.
Well, no, I get what you're saying. You're saying that you feel like they shouldn't be looked at as a championship team because nobody's picking him as the number 1 quarterback. I don't look at it as that way.
Okay, but what I'm saying that if that's the case for him, then who are all their expectations to win the Super Bowl? I mean, like what I'm saying is like, and I can live with that. I'm saying, what are we saying? Because you can't say everybody got the.
Well, I think that's what he was saying. But is that potentially anybody in that division can?
That's what I said.
He said potentially anybody in that division.
Well, I mean, we all
every team in that division has the foundation to be a championship team.
So let's slow this down. What I'm saying is, why are we putting that just on him and not on other people when we talking about it then?
Who? What other people though?
The other quarterbacks we mentioned. Why are we acting like he's the outlier?
They're all subjected to the same thing. They all are under the pressure to
win. Well, we didn't say that for the other ones though.
Because we already expect it, but we already expect Mahomes to be in a championship. We already expect Russell Wilson to be we already expect that.
So only two we kind of expect something from differently would be just Carr and
Carr only.
Okay. I'm only saying it because it was every year. It was like the distinction was made that if it would be if he don't, and I'm like, what's the difference?
Because we know this already. We know when the season is over, fucking Mahomes is already a favorite to be in the Super Bowl the next year. I mean, Russell Wilson.
I can get on board with that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
So I get what you're saying.
Basically, what you're saying is you're applying. No, and I get what you're saying now too. But what you're saying is you're applying that same thing to him also now.
Yes.
I'm good with that.
So
we can get along on that.
And you basically were saying because we just went at Herbert. That's how you were basically thinking of it. And no, it was that I already. No,
I'm with you. We're literally on the same page.
Those
guys you already put that on. We 1,000%. But JJ, you want to say something?
Yeah. See, I don't know if y'all can see it.
I can't see it that good.
Man, we got to get a green screen. Yeah. We got to get a strong green screen.
Come on, what is it?
Well, I got my little quarterbacks. I got little arrows. They're interchangeable, all right there. And,
I see. Yeah.
And it's like Amore said, Derek Carr was by far the number 4, but Justin Herbert, Pat Mahomes, and Russell Wilson are like hairline divided right there. And the reason I came up with that was because of the numbers that I spoke on Russell Wilson with the comeback wins. So these 3 quarterbacks, I could see them getting to the AFC Championship, but that's why I put Russell Wilson where I did, because those comeback wins, I think, gives them the leverage. If they're playing each other in the AFC Championship game, that's what I see taking that game. Russell Wilson coming back in the 4th quarter against Pat Mahomes or Justin Herbert. So it's not like I'm just saying, hey, Justin Herbert is number 3 because like they're
it's a toss up. It's a toss up.
It's all a toss. Yeah, I agree. It's all a toss up.
It's just I'm going with the guys that have that. Like you're not gonna pick somebody like you're not gonna pick a Morant over a LeBron because Morant's been into the playoffs 2 seasons in a row. You're gonna pick the motherfucker that's been to the every year, and that's
ain't
the only
sleeping on him.
that's all it is. We know that Morant's a dog. I would build a team around Morant right now, but if I can pick out of him and LeBron, I'm gonna go to the guy that I know is gonna do whatever. And that's all. That's all it is.
I agree.
The
But
guy
one
that's
reason
been under the spotlight the longest
that knows how to handle it
more.
and deal with it more, and that's the only difference.
Yeah,
I agree. But one thing about me, and I guess I always look at this from first of all, that's true, 100%, and I agree with it. But one thing that I always do, and I think this is my fantasy mind taking over, is there's always a transition. I'm always waiting for that moment of that transition. That's why I think and I'm not trying to, I guess I'm kind of giving myself flowers right now, but that's why I think it's not, and it's not because I have so much better insight and I'm so much wiser. It's because I'm willing to take that chance and say, well, I don't know if it's going to be that guy this year. I think this is where it shifts. Like kind of like how JJ had his little arrows. That's me all the time. I don't feel the need to, I don't mind being wrong is what I'm saying, and saying that guy might have a better year. A lot of times it'll work out that way because if that guy's coming on, the other guy might be consistent, but that other person's taking steps. Literally, this is why my shit is not as conventional. I don't mind putting Herbert ahead of Mahomes, is what I'm saying. Mahomes might have a great year. He might throw for 10,000 yards. But at the end of the day, I don't mind because in my mind, it's a transitioning because not only that, you got less weapons with one, the other one's coming on. So that's why to me, I'll say it. Is what I'm getting at is I don't mind being the first one to say some shit like that and take that chance. So
I don't give a damn.
I don't give a fuck.
I
So
don't give a fuck.
And then I could be way wrong. I'm probably gonna be wrong on this. Let's say it's a good chance that Mahomes have a better year. I can live with that. But what I'm saying is when everything is right and it's that moment, sometimes you gotta pick that quarterback that was like what JJ said about picking up Herbert. Sometimes it's just that moment when it's like, yeah, he's going to be that guy this year. I don't want to get him when he was the guy last year. I want to get him when he's going to be the guy this year. And that's the difference maker. At least for me it is. I'm not saying about nobody else how y'all think. I'm saying that's how I think. So that's why I don't mind saying, oh yeah, man, I put my Herbert above because why not? Let's see what he do. Yeah. I mean, we making predictions. We're not making. If we just went by the records, then we could say, oh, well, this guy's this and that guy's that because that's how he finished. Well, anybody got Google? But I'm saying, I think that this the year that he's making. And that's why I could be wrong, but that's why I look back later and be like, I told y'all. I
like saying that. I like saying that.
And I'll be the first one to say I was wrong. Just like what we said with the Mills thing. I'll be the first one to say, okay, Mills threw 5,000 yards this year. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But that's the whole fun of this shit is the prediction part. It's like who we think gonna do what. So let me tie this up real quick with why Wilson is number one for me. Wilson's number one because obviously he had a whole lot less yards. He had a whole lot less fucking touchdowns. I think he had like 3,100 yards. But this is the thing, and obviously play more conservative. I don't even know if maybe you keep up with him. D, did he have any injuries last year? Like anything?
Yes, he did. He broke his finger. He broke his throat.
How long was he out?
He only played 14 games last season. He actually came back early than what he was supposed to.
I give him 14 because even that's still like 2 games shy of the 16, or the 17. Even the 17 they play.
ESPN and them throw out QBR. So out of everybody for QBR last year, he had the highest QBR.
I'm trying to make the point, but I'll let you make it for me if you want to.
Which was 103. Okay, I'm out.
Let me make the point.
Yeah.
But no, that's good. But that I love it because that's the point I'm making. Is that now we can try to ask guys, which is why I'm putting this. I'm baking this cake. Is what I'm saying. We can try to say, well, maybe that's because they were playing more conservative. He didn't, But I believe it's because he's a smart quarterback. And I believe that he knew that he was playing with less. And I believe that kind of person is not going to sacrifice himself, is what I'm saying, for crazy numbers. I'm not saying he gave up on the team, but what I am saying is at the end of the day, he's with a better team now. So we got, I'm not going to throw him under the bus and be like, well, but what I'm saying is, sometimes as a quarterback, you got to know when to hold him, know when to fold him. I think he understood that shit. So the fact that he got a lot less yards, so we got to be honest about that by a lot. But the fact that he still finished with decent touchdowns,
25,
and way less interceptions. Like
only 6.
What I'm saying is, you could do the math and look at the amount his touchdowns by, let's say, Mahomes is about maybe 12 less. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But which is, more than half, but his interceptions are more than half than his than Mahomes' interception. So it's like he was still on time. He was less, but he was still pacing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
He was still pacing these other quarterbacks. So, and still finished, like you said, with a better rating. So with Cortland Sutton, Jerry Judy, fucking, and now like what Amari and them say with Javonte I believe in a solid defense. I believe that he will have the opportunity to be that good, that great quarterback again. And I think that he knows that, which is why he's striking while the iron hot. It's time to go to Denver. It's time to put up some better numbers and make a run for a ring again. So
yeah.
That's it. That's why he
and throw him in that MVP conversation, because that's actually
MVP
conversation, and that's kind of like where they trend into in talking, is that he all these years he hasn't even had one vote for MVP, not one, and this dude hasn't had like one losing outside of last year, one losing season. He's proven.
And what last year is, what I'm saying is, I'm saying something done. What last year did was it proved to me that even with less and with nothing, he still can play a conservative, smart game. Like, again, he knows when to hold him and when to fold him. Yeah, it ain't like it's something out the tank. No, I think that we about to see him he about to go for 48, maybe 5,000 yards this year. I believe that he gonna get. I just believe it's gonna be a good year for him.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said that too, because even Marshawn Lynch said this best, man. Learn how to protect your mentals and count your chickens, right? And that's what he did last year. You know what I'm saying? He protected his mentals and he counted his chickens. And he was just like, all right.
It ain't like, now, if we'd have seen where he had 3,100 yards and he had 25 touchdowns, but he had like 23 interceptions. Quarterback rating of like 70 something or some shit.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, okay, well, maybe he's just not that dude. And you got to put good pieces around him, which is still is a lot of quarterbacks. I mean, even if you do that,
a lot of
people,
quarterbacks.
That ain't saying nothing bad about him. But the fact that he still had a good rating, a low amount of interceptions, it's like, it's almost like that's why people, we say what we want, but we can put him right there with Aaron Rodgers. They are very similar, man.
They're very, very similar.
And both smart also quarterbacks, let's be honest.
And then out of all these quarterbacks on this list, right, he's number 2 in deep ball throwing. He has the second best deep ball, but the second most accurate deep ball in the NFL. The only person that really, and this is right here is a hair, it depends on who you like, whether you like grumpy ass Rodgers or you like Russell Wilson. Their deep ball is the best of the league. Like, nobody throws a better deep ball than both of them. Yeah. So
I like where you came, D, when you came with the percentage. I didn't even look at the percentages. I don't know why I forgot about it, but their completion percentage. Good shout out on that one too.
Yeah, but this is so look, my list is gonna be different, and I may get hated on for this, but I think sometimes numbers lie. But I would say this: I'm gonna pose this question to y'all when I ask this, and I'm gonna start with the Chargers, and I'm gonna start with the Raiders. Who has better weapons? Last year, who had better weapons? Did Carr have better weapons, or did Chargers have better weapons? Who had a better defense? Who had a better defense
between the Raiders?
Between the Raiders and the Chargers.
I think the Chargers did. I
think Raiders by a little bit.
Did they? I thought the Chargers did.
Maybe by a little bit. Only because Derwin was always hurt and stuff like that. If Derwin was not hurt so much, then I would say them by a hair, because he can move all around in that defense. He can play safety and corner and everything. But I would give it to Raiders by like not like a big gaps.
Okay. Let's go with this. So one has better weapons and the other one has a better defense, right? But a slightly or take better defense. Who made the playoffs last year?
The slightly better defense.
But I mean, I get what you're saying. Well, I don't want to argue with that. Go ahead.
No. So who made the playoffs last year?
The Raiders.
The Raiders. This is my point, and I said this in your house, man. When you have weapons like you have, right, you should make the playoffs. You honestly, you really, really should. The Raiders went through chaos last year, and we don't want to throw this. For real. And we don't want to throw this out the window. So this is where I'm going to give the slight edge to Carl on this one. I'm going to flip my you guys' bottom two, and I'm going to say this. I said this about Herbert. Man, we could throw for 5,000 yards. That's all great and dandy, bro. Half of those yards that he had to gain these 5,000 yards were playing from behind, right? This is how you get those many yards. You're playing from behind. So essentially, you're not doing what you need to do in the entirety of the game. You're forced to have to come back. Now, some of those games, he lit it up. Now I give him credit for that.
I'm trying to remember, who did the Chargers lose that last game to? It was like a playoff game. Who was it to? That was a good game.
Oh man, I can't remember.
The one that determined and decided if they made it into the member. That was a good game.
That was a good, yeah.
I can't remember who it was, but the reason I'm asking this because you're right. Everything you're saying is true, but I it's a step thing. For me, what was last year? His second year?
It was his second year.
And I think, and I'm not knocking what you're saying. I'm just
Oh,
saying
no,
that
yeah.
that's the reason why I think that we all feel the way we feel is because I think that it was still showing that he just wasn't
But he
quite
also had
there in that second season yet, but he's there now.
he also had a new coach for his second season.
Shit like that. So I mean,
Hey, look.
to me,
That's his.
I'm trying to remember JJ.
That's not
Who
coach
was it,
the second
JJ?
year. That's his
who
coach's
they lost
second
to?
year.
Who they lost to in that
Did they
last game?
switch
But
offensive
but-
coordinators? No, that was his
Nah.
coach's second year.
Nah, but remember they had old dude, the blackhead coach first year.
Oh, they had
oh
god dang it. You made me thinking. You making me
Yeah, I
think
can't.
of-
that's
I
some
can't
shit,
think of
but
his name. Yeah,
he
but I
was-
know you're talking
that
about.
was-
Yeah,
that was the first
yeah,
season.
Yeah, that was the first season. Yeah,
They
you're
got
right,
rid
you're
of
right.
him.
Yeah. So again, I'll say this for him. I think he has some room to grow, but again, I think that it's super tight. He he has better weapons, and yet we're not getting everything. Yeah, he took a nudge up, and he what 9-8 compared to 7-9. If he can learn how to,
He's got to
finish-
finish. That's it.
Yeah,
he's
if
right
he
there.
learns-
He's right there.
if
He's
he can
going
learn
head
how
to
to
head.
finish-
what is a young quarterback the harder thing for them to do? A young quarterback would be like Morris said, just got a culture switch last year, or whatever. That's
Yeah.
the harder thing for them to do. Carr
Yeah.
that wasn't in his second year last
which
year.
is why I'm giving that edge.
Come on, come on.
Which is why I'm giving that edge to Carr. Carr gets shitted. Carr gets shitted on a lot by the media, man. Carr is actually. I'm with you. I'm not
He
saying
don't
like
get the
he's-
credit he
he's-
deserves. I agree
He don't
with
get the
you.
credit that he deserves, man.
Well,
This-
but you know why? But it's hard to get credit when you're not putting together winning seasons. We all know winning is that.
What-
That's,
at the end of
that's
the
a
day,
good point too. That's a
At
good
the end of the day,
that's-
you got to win. At the end of the day, you got to win. I mean,
so
you got
so
to.
with that
You're
being
right. You're
so
100% right.
yeah,
you got
you're
to.
right.
Don't-
So
and all
so with that being
go
said,
ahead, I'm
though,
sorry.
we don't. So with that being said, then why do we give Dakota so much love? And he's a 500 quarterback for winning.
first off, well,
I ain't gave him
No,
Yeah.
no, not y'all,
If
not
you
y'all.
talking
This is
about we,
this
you
is
talking
why-
about the
you know
nation?
what?
I'm talking about the media.
you know
I'm
why?
talking
Because
I don't
yeah,
have that
they're
impression.
America's team. Like
they're
that's
America's
why.
team.
Like
But this is
that's
why-
why
yeah,
we hate
this
their
is-
fucking fan base so
Yeah.
bad. Like this,
This
they're
is-
just
but this is-
fucking
yeah.
oblivious to like realistic
to
shit.
realistic shit. This is why I'm
Like-
saying that about Carr. Is that yeah, Carr had a couple.
Shit.
Yeah, Carr had a couple of 8-8 seasons, right? But then this motherfucker just went like 10-7, bro.
If Carr had
shit was-
been
shit
to the
was a lie.
playoffs three times at least by now, he would be talked about more. But again, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you have to win.
Yeah, I get it, but we got to get that same love and same energy that
not
we
only
give
that,
Dakota to
and
him.
not only that, but he is not that premier team even in his own
No.
division.
No,
So
no.
most of the time, the shine is going to go to Patrick Mahomes. He pulling
Oh.
rabbits out his ass. He that dude.
Oh,
he
yeah.
on the fucking All-State commercials and shit. That's
Yeah.
just not Derek Carr. So regardless of, I'm just saying that as
Yeah.
an example. Regardless of how good he is, it's everything like what Amore is saying. Like at the end of the day, if you are not, sometimes people like he would have said what I'm saying is like what he said about the America's team thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's all just bullshit and hype. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
and because
That's
of
what
that,
I'm saying.
and who
Let's
gets all
eliminate
the
the hype.
bullshit?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna call it bullshit, but who gets all the hype in that division? Fucking Mahomes.
Yeah,
So
Mahomes.
it's kind of harder. Yeah,
That's
it's a little-
what I'm getting at. So you that's my point. Is that he
Come
don't
on,
get
make-
that
make- I'm
love.
sorry.
That's my point. Is that he don't get the love that he deserved.
Yeah,
Matter of fact,
I
he
agree
beat
with you.
Kansas City. He beat Patrick Mahomes twice last year
Mm.
in
Mhm.
Vegas and at his house, bro.
Yeah.
He outplayed him. And he
No,
yet
last
we
year-
up here,
No,
we ain't
no,
giving this brother no
no,
love.
last year that was like I said, I gave them their kudos last year. Like
yeah,
for,
you did.
for
Yeah,
everything
you
that they
did.
went through. Like I even thought
Yeah.
they should have kept that coach.
Yes.
I thought
Yes.
they should have
They
kept
should
that
have.
coach.
But I'm not mad
Because-
though.
No, I'm not mad.
Matter of
I'm
fact-
not
matter
mad,
of fact-
but I definitely like pushed for that. I thought he should have like
Kept his job. What you gonna say?
I'm trying to. Matter of fact, okay, so I'm having a brain fart right now. When was all the Chucky shit? When was that? That was before the
Oh,
coach.
that
was it before
yeah,
all that or?
That's before all that.
Yeah,
man.
that's
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
He left like
I'm
that was
trying to
that was like
A little bit.
game 9 or some shit.
some shit like it was like mid-season shit.
That's
and
my
shit
point.
Just went.
yes, that's what I'm saying. They went through a
That's-
lot.
We
and
were
he's-
like counting them out, like, oh, that ought to be it for them, and they just came. They started
just
winning.
Okay, but that's my point. So
They pulled
that's
a
my point
Philadelphia
with the
Phillies.
Is that was mid-season, right? There's no way that the Los Angeles Chargers should have let these motherfuckers just walk through the door the way that they did. There's no way. But you know who kept it all together, man?
Oh, I'm tripping. It was them. They played. Didn't they play them?
Yeah.
They played them. I think in the last game.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Carter
Oh,
went out there and he performed.
And yeah.
And,
So
and he performed.
So at the end of the day, which one? Like I'm saying, team-wise, players, defense, good, but you got one that's way more seasoned, was more prepared to me for the moment, is what I'm saying, and that may have been the small difference. And
it's
that game was tight. That came down to the end. So,
but that's what I'm saying though. Is that this division is so close that I mean you can go tip for tap. You know what I mean? It just depends on on what side of the spectrum you decide to sit on.
I agree.
And I'm gonna take that experience, because at the end of the day, now this brother know what it takes to win. And then you just gave him Devontae Adams. You just gave Derek Carr. Now, you just gave him Devontae Adams and a slightly better defense, and a better head coach. Not knocking the old head coach.
In a situation like that, if you had to look at them now, which one would you say? And I'm
still taking Derek Carr at number 3 over Herbert. I'm still taking Derek Carr
because he had an experience too. He had an experience losing that game. And if he might be that quarterback we think, then that might be, he might have said right then, this is the last.
But like I said, but it's like I gotta hesitate and think about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just how tight it is. I gotta think about it for a little bit. You know what I mean?
There's no such thing as a wrong answer for what we're saying. So I mean, it's all good.
But I just don't want these. I don't want people to feel like with ESPN is shuffling them out that he's just the greatest thing in this division, like they saying he's the best quarterback in this division. No bullshit.
Herbert.
Yeah, no bullshit. Okay. He's not.
No,
he's not.
Come on. I like where you're going.
Yeah, he's not. And that's the point that I'm trying to get at, is that like we have these things where we look at, he threw for 5,000 yards. He's the best quarterback in the division. That don't mean shit, bro. Look at the picture in its totality, bro. And you realize that is a lot of great quarterbacks in this division for you to just to toss that out like that. Like, he's there.
Yeah. None of us picked him.
He just woke up yesterday. Yeah,
so we know it don't matter. We know it don't matter. So,
but they just throwing shit out there and getting kids thinking that this much. I had some kid like want to argue with me about this shit. And it's like, yo, bro, what are you talking about? Like this dude just barely learned how to wipe his ass, and you want to sit up here and say he the best quarterback in this division when you got 2 champions in there, and he couldn't even make the playoffs last year against a dude who didn't have no weapons? No, bro. Like, we going too fast. Is he talented? Yes. Does he have a lot of upside? Yes. Will he possibly be there this year? We will see. We don't know yet. But we got to let this brother develop instead of just sitting up here throwing him out there as the best quarterback since sliced bread. Like, that is bullshit. And that shit needs to stop. Then I go to my next boy. I like I said again, I love Derek. Derek, I've already one more argument with Derek, man. I think Derek is fine where he had at being number 3 for right now. But I don't think that's going to be long if Herbert can make the right moves. He may end up being the worst quarterback in this division. And that's, I hate to say worst, but he won't be the best one in this division. I'm gonna just say it like that. And then I'm gonna go to Patrick Mahomes, because I think I agree with y'all. I know I made the argument about him and all his weapons, and I love it, and it's great, but that's just still some uncertainty in that. And we kind of saw a little bit of like teams catching up to like how they play. I think that they can change some things, but I don't think that just catapults him into like the best quarterback in this division.
Yeah.
And JJ nailed it. That's one thing that we can say about Russell Wilson that none of these quarterbacks can say. When push come to shove and the game is on the line, out of all these quarterbacks, who do you want to have the ball? That's Russell. That's Russell Wilson.
100%, JJ.
Yeah, 100% like that. I couldn't even like. I wrote down some shit too on my list about
JJ.
Russ,
was the one who was JJ made the matter of fact. I want to give him his flowers right now. Yeah, because I was trying to remember when I was talking. JJ was the one who made the point about the comeback.
About the comeback.
Excellent point, JJ.
Look at this. And all of these comebacks.
I was thinking about it when I was talking. I couldn't remember who said it, but yeah, that was a great point.
All these comebacks that he did was off of this right here. Because since you said that, I'm gonna just get down my bullets that I wrote down. He had no defenses. Right after the second Super Bowl run on the fucking run, we should have had it with another ring. Right, sick. Right, he had no defense. He had no rushing. He only had one weapon. One. Yeah, that was trying to come up with
Legion. That was it for the Legion. Once they lost Cam Chancellor, that was it.
That was it.
But so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then also he had no offensive line, and then yet he managed to have all those comeback wins. Come on, man. And you're going to sit up here and say that this brother, if ESPN Fox will sit up here and act like that this brother is just the 3rd or 4th best. Some of them had him as the 4th best quarterback. And this dude is known for coming back with nothing around him.
Yeah, he couldn't turn shit into sugar, but he still wasn't just having some out there looking like shit. You know, it's like he just had a quieter season because he didn't have a fucking team, basically.
He just didn't have a fucking team. And they sitting up here acting like they forgot how good this brother is.
All of a sudden, like he just turned back into a pumpkin or some shit. I'm like,
as if he's a clipboard holding quarterback. Like I can't believe the audacity of some of these people, man, to sit on television and talk that yah as if they don't have all these stats in front of them, man. If JJ can blurt out these stats, man, these motherfuckers can too. Like,
because they like to ride that dick, man. It's something about fucking. That's why it's something about ESPN. Dog, I watch
no sense to
in
me.
case they watch and they like want to sue, kick us off.
It makes no sense.
I'm not saying I don't watch them. I'm not saying I don't watch Fox. Matter of fact, I prefer Fox. But
ESPN, I prefer Fox.
It's just that they like to ride dick. They like to sit there and look at who they like instead of who is going to be that person. Man, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit, bro.
I'm tired of that, dog. I'm tired of that.
I just wanted to let that be known. Yeah, like that. Like, yeah, come on, man. But that Herbert shit, bro, they got to put that shit to bed, bro. Until he prove it, I ain't saying it. Period.
So that's fair. That's fair.
Until he prove it, I ain't saying it.
You know why that's fair? Because that's the same shit that you said about Davis Mills.
Davis Mills, yeah.
You don't give nobody know. You never.
I don't. But look. The only person I gave love to and I gave some props to was Kevin Durant. It was Kevin Durant, and look where that got me, right? I sit up here and I talked a bunch of shit.
It's still consistent with how you are. Yeah. He's proven that he can win and do. Now he just ain't proven that he can win without Golden State like that. But exactly, let's be honest. They were making the finals and shit when he was with OKC. It's not like he's never done nothing except when he was with Golden State.
Prove it to me.
He can win and he was good. I mean, I hate to admit it. But really, and this is the first time I've ever said this in my life.
Go ahead.
But he really was just an inch or two away from winning that game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I have never verbalized this to anybody because I hate. I'm one of the people who act like, man, whatever, you know. But honestly,
to be honest,
if his foot was on that line, if it wasn't for that, that'd have been it. So I can't take nothing away from him. But so you saying that makes more sense. But you're right. These other people have not proven who they are yet. So let's see. Let's see. And you know, I'm from the proven state. I don't agree with that, but
yeah. I just want to see. That's all it is. Once I see it, then I can change my perspective. But until then, with all the weapons he has on there, bro, he should make the playoffs, and he ain't make the playoffs in 2 years. So I mean, hey, for his first year, I'm letting it go. But second year, when the Raiders were going through their little drought, yeah, bro, like that was the time to put them to bed. He should have put some roses on that coffin, and they didn't. They didn't. They choked it up. Had the chance to put him to bed.
He was ready yet, D. He just wasn't ready yet.
We gonna see. Hey, show me state, bro. I'm from the show me state, bro.
You show me. You are the governor of the show me state.
I mean, show me state, bro. Show me. But since we're talking about the show me state, right? Let's talk about good old Serena Williams. She showed us a lot in her historic, glorious career, man.
She shows me so much.
Before I let you take over, Eddie, man, I will say this, man. Whenever we toss out the GOAT or the greatest of all time at anything, please let's not put Serena in just the female category. She is the greatest female athlete ever, but she's one of the greatest athletes ever. I don't care if you male, female, transgender, it, them, they, I don't give a damn. When it comes to being an athlete as a whole, she is a GOAT. So let's not just sit up here and say she's the GOAT when it comes to female athlete. No, she is one of the GOATs, period. I don't want to hear that female shit being tossed around with her name. She's one of the GOATs when it comes to being an athlete. But with that being said, Eddie Dean, I'm going to let you take this one away, man. Tell us how you feel about Serena.
So I'm not going to, I'm not going to make this too long. I'm going to say what I feel, and it's good. Y'all can throw out all the shit, and we'll go from there. Now, this is how I basically feel this way. So I remember I was all of about maybe, I don't even remember exactly what age, man. When I'm sitting there.
Must have been like 2021.
It was very early in my life. And one thing that's funny to me when it comes to Serena is that me and Serena are about some months apart in age. So when she was 19 and hitting that stride, I was 19 hitting that stride. It's some very peculiar thing about a young man at that age is that you tend to
notice things
to notice things like a very so.
Oh gosh, she's gifted though.
Before I get too deep into I'm gonna make this quick. Pound for pound, accomplishment wise, I'm with you 100%. When we talk about athletes, right?
Yeah.
Let's break it down real quick. She's definitely in the conversation of the Bradys, the LeBrons. It's not in the conversation of the Candace Parkers and the fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's definitely on the list. She's on the Michael Jordan list of men.
Mm-hmm.
Like you say, she transcends the gender part, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with that 100%. I believe that she is like the best female athlete. Again, like I said the other day, you know me, I got to be fair to.
Yeah.
It's arguable because of the numbers of the majors. I don't keep up enough with tennis to see how long she may have been at top at number one longer than old girl who won the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
It might not even been rankings like that back then, like world rankings and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
only thing I heard them
easy,
say was that the competition was shorter.
Let's look at this.
Yeah.
It's easy to chalk that shit up and just kind of say, well, who might have been winning college basketball back in when Wooden and UCLA and them was, there's so many things where you can look at the competition around a person. Better yet, you could use the whole with Bill Russell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was a different level of competition. Again, she might have ushered in a new era of competition.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because who was really Serena before Serena? Well, besides Venus, you know what I mean? But who had an era of they always been the Steffi Grafs, they always been so we do know that there was competition when she was in. That was the Maria Sharapovas and there was always the once you started getting the Billie Jean Kings and whatnot, then it kind of ushered in a dominant figure in that sport. So we know that the competition was at least there.
Yeah.
To what extent? I don't know if it was a Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson level, but it was definitely at least a Walt Clyde Frazier, Will Chamberlain level. You know what I'm saying? At least that level of that sport. And for her to come in and dominate like she did, I used to root for Serena when she was really no bullshit. When she was just Venus's younger sister who was good.
Yeah.
And I watched that, and I'm like, man, I like Serena. I love me some Serena because she has stood the test of time the whole time. I mean, I literally have a daughter who has been alive almost the whole time. You know what I mean? Like the whole time that this girl's been playing, like on that level.
Yeah.
Her whole life, that's all she know. Like kind of like LeBron, you got 20-year-old kids, that's all they know.
And they know
LeBron.
it's LeBron. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of what that means to me on the level of how long I'm sitting there watching the match the other night, right? I'm like, wow. I'm texting y'all the whole time. I'm like, wow, man. Really this can't go long.
It's sure did. You said that.
It's kind of like on Rocky 3 when Rocky was fighting Clubber Lang. Apollo told him, man, you got to get him out early, because otherwise it go too long. He gonna run out of gas. It's gonna all be over. Because he knew you can't stand there with Clubber too long. He gonna tell you, So it's the same thing. As that match went on with her and old girl, I call her Rudy T, because I think her last name was Tom Janovich or something like that.
Tom Janovich,
I just called her Rudy T.
Yeah.
Rudy T daughter. So as that went on, and that was like, what was that, like 3-hour match? I said, man. And so I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna tie it up.
Yeah.
That proved a lot to me. I told my wife, we were sitting there watching the shit. I said, man, she wearing Serena out. I said, but that's the heart of a champion. I can't tell you how many times that shit went to deuce. I can't tell you how they had to do
it was just
tie break.
The tiebreaker. Wow,
it was went out, but she never gave up. Man, let me tell you something, man. I love Serena. Let me tell you, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna be done. I love Serena because Serena was for a young black man, besides all the accomplishments, she was not what would be considered traditional, that traditional European standard of beauty.
Mm-hmm.
Pictures I showed for a reason. I could show older pictures as real, but I showed the pictures when I was just completely madly in love. So like, she was my ideal woman. And anybody who know me know, I'm like, man, yeah, she good, but she ain't Serena. I said that for like my whole adult life. If it was Serena, Beyonce, then maybe like, Megan Good or somebody, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, but the point I'm making,
Megan is nice too, bro. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, man. So the point I'm making though is forever. Once I grew up and got out of my Mary J. Blige phase, it was Serena all my adult life. So the point I'm making is the reason that it mattered to me was because there was a time, and she broke my heart when she married her too, because there was a time when by other people's standards, she was not considered that. She was she had to work through all the racism, all the bullshit, all the stuff we saw in the movie with Will. They went through all that. So I always had a thing for her, because to me that they persevered, they overcame all that, they became what they were in the sport. But I also admired her because to me she was such a just when it comes to just sexiness. Like she was the
Mm-hmm.
ideal body like woman,
Mm-hmm.
and even
Oh,
like
absolutely
facial,
agree.
even
Yeah.
facial. Like at that age that I just showed, like it wasn't a traditional European standard of beauty, but it was beautiful to me. I was like, man,
Yeah.
I love to be. It's like, man, I do it.
Man.
So at the end of the
Yeah.
day, that's who she was for me
Woo.
for many years. And I
Yeah.
was always the one, if people would talk, like be around a certain group of dudes, certain demographic, where if they were going in talking shit, oh, Serena this and she that, and she like look like this and blah blah blah. I was always like, man, y'all don't know what good is, then man, fuck y'all. So
Mm-hmm.
that's who she was for me for a long time. And now her career, from what we're seeing, seems to be over. When somebody meant that much to you and it was really that for you, for a person like me, then yeah, man, it's like she just so at the end of the day, I just want to give her flowers. And like people say, man, it was a hell of a ride. And man, just like thanks for all the good memories and all the matches and all the, I'm sure she inspired so many young girls to
Yeah.
want to with sports and athletics. I mean, she just like the best. I will say this, she is one of the great, and I'm saying this, I'm done. She's one of the greatest athletes ever, but she's easily the best female athlete ever.
Oh yeah, no
Easily.
contest.
No contest.
No
I'm
contest.
gonna leave it at that.
No
Love
contest.
love you, Serena, and thanks for, like I said, thanks for all the memories.
JJ, you want to squeeze in there real quick, man?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Tennis wasn't my forte as a
Yeah.
sport, and even less being on the woman's side. I mean, but on that level, I mean, I know Roger Federer, uh, what was it, Nadal,
Nadal.
and Serena Williams. I mean,
Wow.
if you ask me tennis, those are the names I know. I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, uh, Djokovic,
Yeah.
that's about it. I mean, in tennis, that's all I know. I mean,
Mount
obviously,
Rushmore. That's what
I'm
that sounds like to me. Mount Rushmore tennis
Yeah.
right there.
I tell you who I like is that what's it, Curios, that Australian motherfucker everybody hate. I love him. Go ahead on, JJ.
Go ahead.
but yeah, I mean that goes to show, obviously her sister also Venus, um, that's the impact that she's made because you put those guys, you add Serena and Venus, and they're there, and just like Eddie said, it's not about her being a female. She was the greatest at that sport, and for the longevity, it's like a Tom Brady,
Yeah.
2002, and it's 2022, 20 years later, and you still talking about an athlete like this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the longevity obviously means a lot. Uh, I think, yeah, just like Eddie Dean said, she's up there. She's it, and yeah, it's gonna suck uh, seeing her go. But obviously, Father Time is number one.
Mm-hmm.
Father Time always wins, and she gave it all, everything. Um, I didn't
I've
get to
never
see
been
this
disappointed watching
match.
Serena walk away. I love watching her walk
Uh-uh.
away.
Yeah.
It's a
I'm there
wonderful
with
view.
you. I'm
I
there
know it's
with
about
you.
sports. God forgive me. I'm sorry. Y'all say what y'all want. I love Serena.
Oh
I'm sorry,
God, that's so funny.
I can watch her walk away all day long. So
Hey, but hey, she's getting her flowers today, and whatever she decides to do, best of luck, and enjoy it.
Man, I feel that, man. Like I'm the same way too, man.
I feel you, JJ.
You know, in the sport of tennis, man, you don't really see a lot of black people playing. You really don't. Kind of like same way I felt about golf, right? And then obviously I know like that's like a guy named Blake or something like that, but up until I can't remember
I know
what his
you're talking
name.
about.
Yeah,
No,
Blake.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I watch a little tennis here and there, man. But tennis really didn't pop off on the scene for me up until I heard about the Venus and Serena Williams, right? Like that's when tennis really became something. It was kind of like the Tiger Woods effect, right? Like nobody was really watching golf in the community, bro, up until Tiger's on there. You know what I mean? A young brother playing golf. And I put these two in the same category because of what they've done for the sport, right? it's almost like they opened up doorways for us as minorities to sit up there and be comfortable with playing. Like she took on a lot. Like I'm pretty sure Tiger took on a lot. Like I'm sure Bill Russell took on a lot, man, to play a sport, man. Jackie Robinson too, to take on a sport that's not exactly something that the masses would like.
James Blake.
James Blake,
That's
yeah. Yeah, James Blake, yeah. So for her, man, to have a run so long and to be so great for so long is unbelievable. To watch her morph into the young lady she was and until this great woman, on and off the tennis court, man. Like to me, it's phenomenal, man, to sit up there and watch it, to see how well she's inspired other young youth to get up there and play tennis and feel comfortable about their own inner beauty, not worrying about everybody else's beauty to be able to play the sport. But just because you're not ideally beautiful to one group of people, you know what I mean, doesn't mean that you're not a beautiful person. And that's what she did for that sport, because yes, the ideal thing, going in was a skinny white girl, blonde hair, whatever, blue eyes.
Especially for tennis.
Tennis, and then no ass, right? Like you just a walking stick.
Serena,
you know what I mean?
That.
But
I can only talk about it for so long. Let's hurry up.
To each his own. But Serena showed that, hey man, look, I can be, you know what I mean, this woman, a black beautiful woman, you know what I mean, to play this sport, man. I can wear these tight clothes, and yes, I got a lot of junk in my trunk or ass back there, you know what I mean, but I'm still gonna beat your ass at the end of the day. Like it ain't finna hold me back type shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just. And then, like, to hear some of the negative comments about how people felt about her beauty, and yet
she's so masculine. No man,
so masculine,
fine ass motherfucker. That's what it is.
Beautiful.
I said that for years. I said that for decades. I'm
beautiful.
Like, oh,
she was beautiful. She was beautiful enough to pull one of theirs. You see what I'm saying? And that's just keeping it 100, bro.
I love you, D.
We're just keeping it 100. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm with you. It just threw me off, but I feel you. I love you, man.
But for her to do the things that she's done on the court, off the court, man, again, like you said, the whole major thing could be argued. You know what I mean? I get that, but to me, I'm gonna just say it for me, man. She is the greatest tennis player I know. She's the GOAT when it comes to tennis. And I'm damn near say that for both male and female, because the first thing I'm gonna shout out when you mention the tennis, you know what I mean, is Serena. I knew about, Blake, you know what I'm saying, about James Blake, I know about Roger, Djokovic and stuff like that. I know people are probably gonna get on me because Joker and and Djokovic and all them like got all these titles. But when you mention the term tennis, what's the first name you scream out? It ain't not one of them. It's Serena. So to me,
to be fair, I love what you said. Let me give me 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I've seen Andre Agassi. I saw what was the name that came after that? Pete Sampras, yeah. Federer, yep. Djokovic. I've seen the Nadal, all these people. And I'm not sitting there saying that maybe male tennis ain't is more competitive. But what I'm saying is I've seen other names come up during Serena's era too. She just wiped them out. It's like wiped them out. They just couldn't hang, is what it is. She was just that chick. They tried. They tried to be some Federers and other people, but she just like, nah, not during my watch. Nah.
This is like this is my house. You know what I mean? I went through all this shit. This is my house.
Let's be honest. Minus a Kobe and minus on the ass end of his career and minus a Steph. If it wasn't for them two names, the time would have been LeBron, right? It didn't matter who would have been kind of good. That would have been 20 years of LeBron. Some people might have tried, but he just wiped them out. And Kobe was on the ass end of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Kobe's on the ass end of that. Yeah.
And you got to give Steph his flowers. But let's be honest. If it wasn't for people let's say Steph, then Durant, we say, Durant was Durant, but he ain't LeBron. You see, it would be just like Serena is what I'm saying.
Yes.
But there were other names, but they wasn't her is what I'm saying.
They wasn't her. Yeah, that wasn't her. And that's what I'm saying, man. So that's why I said, starting off, man, like when it comes to like being an athlete, it ain't just a female athlete, bro. Like she is one of the greatest athletes to ever play a sport, man. She's one, and if not, she's one of the greatest ambassadors of any sport. Yes. You know what I mean? Like, and that's keeping it. That's keeping it 100 with y'all, man. She's one of the greatest ambassadors of any sport, man.
Easily,
and easily when it comes down to being competitive, man. And I shoot on Mike a lot, man. I'm talking about Michael Jordan because I am a LeBron James fan. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna be honest with you. She is about as competitive, if not as competitive, as Michael Jordan.
I agree.
When it comes to being an assassin, her desire to be the best
and to win is easily Kobe Jordan level.
Jordan,
sure.
Yes.
Jordan was the killer. Kobe was his son.
Yeah,
and
and she's somewhere in between.
Yeah, if she at least for sure is on Kobe level. If not,
Yes,
I give her that any day of the week.
Like you don't, man, you don't
She
find
wants to
that.
destroy everybody when she go out there.
Yeah, you won't find that from everybody. And that's really what I gotta say. So Serena, thank you for all the years of service you gave us, man. You will be missed in sports, not just in tennis.
She was in the military.
Yeah, but for real, because that's service though. What she gave
Serena.
us. Thank you for your service, because I mean, she gave us something that we didn't have, bro.
I love thanks Serena for some service. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. At the end of the day, y'all both right, and I thank y'all for y'all takes on that because I really have a passionate in my heart for Serena. So
I do, man. I watched it.
It's almost like we had her.
Check out Instagram,
and y'all spoke at her eulogy for me.
Yeah,
hey,
that's what it feels like. This is like the death of tennis at this point. Too. Yeah, this is like
and
the death
Amari
of
would
tennis
be here
at this
if
point.
he was here. He'd do it too. So thank him too.
Yeah, this the death of tennis.
The view is not gonna be the same.
Yeah, that sure ain't. You ain't lying. Boy, you ain't lying. Oh, Lord.
And it won't be. I'm telling you, you had so much to watch when you watched her, man. It was just, it was a wonderful. And I don't want to try to, for anybody who has watched, and I'm not trying to sexualize Serena. What I'm saying is, I have all my life have had a huge crush on Serena. I'm proud of her accomplishments as an athlete. And I just love the way she's a very attractive woman to me. Yeah. Yes. She does it all, is what I'm saying. I'm not trying, if we were talking about another female athlete, trust me, as a man, I'm gonna still sit there and look at her, but it's different. I have a very soft spot in my heart for Serena.
You grew up with her basically at this particular point, bro. You watched her.
She was
y'all the same age group.
She was my epitome of what a very accomplished, sexy woman was supposed to be. So if any apology to somebody who don't like what I'm saying, but it's just the truth.
Hey. Shoot, hey, you just call it how you see it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Keeping it real, that's what we do, man. But other than that, man, that's really all I gotta say about that, man. Again, thank you for everything, and you will be missed. Thank her. So. Yeah, thank her a lot, man, because she will be missed in this sport, man. Tennis is about to have some real services going on, and I ain't talking about the good kind. I'm talking about the burial kind. They about to get buried because there ain't gonna be no topics to talk about unless she graces the court again. You know? Well,
the thing, let's real side note, like, oh girl, you got some people who are kind of like on the cusp of trying, but first of all, they're not going to be hurt, but who can maybe pick up the rock and
the mantle
with it.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh girl, what's the one with the little Asian? She kind of mixed black and Asian.
Naomi Osaka.
Oh yeah, I was kind of liking her for a minute, but it's almost like she just ain't got the heart. Then they got, what's the other little brown skin chick?
They got this little 17-year-old that they were talking about, a 17 to 18-year-old that's playing tennis right now that they kind of giving like that Serena love to. I gotta check her out because I gotta remember what her name is first, and then I'm gonna go check her out, and whenever she plays or whatever, just to just kind of get a feel.
Trying to think of who the chick is. Yeah, they got Osaka. It's a little young one. I'm trying to think what her name, but either way, they got some come ups. They got a few, but again, it's not to
not downplay anybody.
They got, what's this chick? The Sloane Stevens chick.
Yeah,
they got her. They got her, and it's another one I was thinking about. That one who I was thinking about, but it's another one. They got some who could. I just don't think they're gonna be as good as Serena. I think Serena was just that time and that place
transcended.
That lightning struck everything with their dad. What he put in them, They were just that Tiger Woods, is what I'm saying. I don't think you can recreate that like that. So,
no.
I'm not saying there will never be one better than Serena. I'm just saying I don't see it happening for a while.
Yeah, man. Hey, bro, we gonna be in wheelchairs by the time that happens.
If
that ever happens, in our lifetime,
it's a perfect combination of the right type, the right build, the right desire to win, the right athletic. You know what I'm saying? It's just everything all in one, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't see that happening no time soon.
Sweet. Well, fellas,
I
go ahead.
don't see none of. I don't see none of these athletes being what they are nowadays, if ever. And
that's a good point. I like where you going.
Yeah,
Come on. I think I know what you mean. Come on.
I know. I'm thinking way ahead of this, but with technology and everything, and I just see medical advances taking place where they're just gonna use certain legal enhancements to where players are gonna be more physically gifted and stuff like that. But the type of hunger that these players had, I don't think we're gonna ever see it again.
Oh, I like how. Yeah,
I like how they put that together. Very good.
That's
point.
That's that Vegeta shit.
Everything kind of catches up after a while, and people, it kind of evens out. Like for instance, what we say about the quarterbacks. Same thing. Everybody, there was a time when you only had like a Randall Cunningham, you only had like a Michael Vick. But
Yeah.
now everybody wants a Mahomes. You want somebody who can kind of
move around a little bit.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Even Rodgers is like that. Let's be honest. Rodgers can extend plays. Let's be honest. Even fucking what's that? Romo.
Romo did that shit. Yeah.
That's where the league is now. So once everybody kind of starts jumping in on shit, like Jordan was Jordan because you might have had Dr. J, but nobody played like Jordan. Nobody was crossing people over and between his legs and flying like that. Once that becomes the standard, then the level kind of evens out across the board because like what JJ was saying, technology catches up. So I don't think that we'll see that another thing like Serena either because she was Serena at the right time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just the truth, man.
Yeah.
Good point, JJ.
That was a damn good point, man. Yeah, I didn't even think about that neither, but he's showing up right. Man,
That's
JJ
the
owned
point.
it today. Yeah, JJ owned it today, bro.
JJ always be on it.
Yeah.
He always be, JJ.
Salt and pepper's a silent
Salt
killer
and
on
pepper,
the
yes.
set, bro. Salt and pepper coming here,
Salt
bro.
and
He seasoned that shit for us real good.
He always seasoning his chef like Raekwon the chef. He the chef.
He the chef, bro. That motherfucker be cooking with his toppings, bro. That boy be cooking with his points, bro.
They be grilling it.
They be grilling that shit. But fellas, man, I appreciate y'all, man. This has been another great segment, man.
2 hours again today.
2 hours again. Hey, I love these long segments, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because
I feel bad Amore tapped out, but I don't mind going.
Sleep is for the strong, bro. That brother needs some rest after being up all night.
He needs to get it in.
So as always, the It Nation, man, remember this, man. Mental health is a serious issue. A lot of people go through it, man. So please respect those that are seriously going through mental health issues. You never know, man, how much it would mean just to hear somebody out, man. You could save a life, man. So please be cautious of things like that. And then the most important part of this, as always, man, is when having debates or conversations, man, please do not victimize, criticize, or make somebody feel like a horrible person just because you guys don't agree. Yeah, it's all just opinions, man. Do not villainize somebody simply because you don't agree with their point. That's the beautiful part about being a human being, is that we all different, and that's what makes us beautiful. If we all thought the same, then shit wouldn't even be right, man.
It's the beautiful part definitely about sports. It's all subjective.
It's sports. It's
awesome.
Exactly, man.
It don't matter,
Exactly. And that does not mean that you get to sit up here and hit the cancel button on somebody simply because you don't agree with them. We all don't agree, so at the end of the day, please learn how to start respecting each other's opinions, man, in a nice, respectful way, because at this particular point, the way we canceling folks because we don't agree is unacceptable, man. At this point, we're gonna have no career worth anything, no comedians, no talk shows, man. No sports, no nothing, because we're sitting up here canceling somebody because we
can't even laugh no more. You're right.
Yeah,
man.
Because we're sitting up here, we can't agree.
People trying to make a joke. I'm talking about comedians and stuff. You can't.
Yeah.
Everything cancel.
To that point, I mean, I'm sorry to.
No, go ahead, man.
Break in, but that's the thing I've noticed too. When was the last time you went to watch a movie, a comedic movie at the movie theaters?
Wow.
Like, they can't even make anything because somebody is always gonna get offended. Like this shit's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. It is. That's why I want to push this agenda so hard, man, because it is. And I want the It Nation to spread about this. And I want us to grow so that way people can see, man, you can get on something, man, and don't agree. You look, I may not like what you like. You know what I mean? I may not sleep with what you sleep with. You know what I mean? I may not think the way that you think, but it does not make me a bad person because I express that I don't feel the same way you do. You know what I mean? We all different. You know what I mean? Like we got to stop doing that. Like, because this shit is just getting out of hand. And if you don't like a joke, bro, don't sit your ass on the front row. And if you want to go to the comedy show,
I'd love to if you give me 20 seconds, I'd love to make this point because I bitch about it all the time. The problem, I think we all, for the most part, including Amore J, is I think we all are, for the most part, liberals.
Yeah,
we liberal-minded for the most part. And I'm not talking about just politically, but how we think and move in life. Yeah. And the problem, for whatever reason, I'm liberal right now saying this, and I may have said this before, I don't even know. But the problem is that for whatever reason, liberal has taken on a different mood and tone than it used to be. To be, if you were liberal, that just means that I believe that everybody is entitled to think how they want to think. But some kind of way, this shit has become some kind of perverse bastardization of itself, where it's like now it means that you're not allowed to feel how you feel about other people.
Yes,
that's not it, and that's
not it.
It's gone from one extreme or one end of the spectrum to the other.
End.
Yeah, because it's like now liberal is almost conservative. Like you're supposed to be and think a certain way. No, that's not what that was. as a liberal person means that I don't have to like. Let's just use as an example, gay, right? I don't have to like. Not saying like gay people, but I don't have to like subscribe to that kind of thinking. Is what I'm saying. To that philosophy or that kind of sexuality. Believe in it, care about it. What that means to be liberal means that I do understand that there are people who do, and I do believe in their right to be able to do it.
Exactly.
It don't mean that I have to believe it or agree with it. That is not what being liberal means.
Yeah.
Some kind of way, this shit has gotten fucked up. Where it's like now, if you don't feel like a certain person or you don't give them all this and back up like you're a part of that culture, then you're being disrespectful to them and you're going to get canceled. No, that's not what that's supposed to be.
That's not
some
supposed to be.
Sometimes some kind of way this shit got off the rails and we need to suck it back.
Yeah,
in.
we need to dial that back.
That shit back. Now, thank you.
Yeah. Now you're either racist, you're either homophobic, or
yeah. Like, that's crazy. That's not what being liberal was. Being liberal was just live and let live. Like you can go do your shit over there. I'm gonna do mine over here.
Yeah.
I don't have to I don't even have to like it. I can say it's bullshit, but I'm allowed to have my opinion. That's what being liberal is. Everybody got an opinion. We can all have one. Yeah. Conservative was always more or less like, no, this is how you're supposed to be. Whereas, and we have an old school way of looking at stuff, or even however you want to look at it. I'm not trying to put any connotation on it, but we have a way of looking at something, and this is how people are supposed to be. Whereas liberal was like, no, people can be however they want to be, but it was never like we all have to like the same shit or say, no, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I completely 100% agree with you. I mean, there's going to be different types of people, living different types of lives. You can live your life, just don't push
fuck with nobody else.
Me and my family.
Exactly. And you said a mouthful when you said that, man. And I think that's where it's going, man. And I think that's a lot of the things too that's wrong with like big time media right now is that they so nervous about saying anything out the way instead of saying how they truly feel.
Yeah,
it's that they're afraid that they're gonna get canceled for saying how they truly feel. So they kind of cautious or they kind of stumble around it or they kind of just like take a step back. Well, I'm here to tell you, I ain't taking no step back. I feel how I feel, and that's that. Because at the end of the day, guess what? I don't have time to judge you or worry about what you're doing. I got my own stuff to answer to God for, so that's my problem. I don't have time for anybody else's, so I'm gonna feel how I'm gonna feel. Respect me on how I feel, and I'm gonna respect you. But at the end of the day, guess what, man? Your problems are between you, God, or you or whoever you believe. And my problem is, that's some personal shit. But that don't mean because I'm saying this that you just walk up to me and be like, okay, well, cancel this motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's what we're messing up at, because at the end of the day,
we gotta stop that.
We gotta stop that, because at the end of the day,
cancel culture shit, because that's almost un-American to me, man. We gotta stop. That's some communist type shit. It's like, people are allowed to feel how the fuck they want to feel. That's why when I made that comment with the shit about what's motherfucker Jack Del Rio or whatever.
Yeah, Jack Del Rio.
I said, man, that's some fucked up shit. I don't agree with what he's saying. I don't agree with what he's saying.
That's his opinion.
Right to feel that way.
That's his opinion.
If he don't like, for lack of better words, I don't. If he don't like whatever, or he make a comment, he got the right to make that comment. Just remember, if I play for him, remember what kind of motherfucker that is all I'm saying.
I just know what the snake is. Right, that's it. Yeah, I know what a snake is.
This is America. You allowed to feel fucked up or good or bad or whatever you want to call it. We gotta stop that shit, cuz.
Yeah, we gotta stop.
I'm a very opinionated. On the opening shit, I put Mr. Opinionated. So I like to say
Mr. Opinionated,
No, but people act like you're not supposed to. Ain't that what make us human beings? Ain't that what make us American? Bro, we gotta stop that shit.
It makes us American, and it also makes us human beings, because at the end of the day, if we all agree, then what are we here for?
Yeah,
I'm not gonna learn nothing different.
I don't want to live in that utopic society. I want to live with people like, man, that's bullshit.
That's bullshit, bro.
I don't like to call bullshit. That's my favorite part of the day is when something's bullshit. I'm like, bullshit, man, that's bullshit.
And that's why I like this right here, because even like when we were talking about sports and statistics and all this good stuff, man, right? Y'all all bring about good opinions that I never even thought of. So how you gonna grow? Yeah. So how you gonna grow as a person if you never sit up and actually listen to somebody? Instead of just like hearing somebody and then judging, because listening and hearing is two different things.
I always say that if everything is a fucking echo chamber, then how you know if you're right? I love hearing a different opinion, because I'm like, well, you know what? I never thought about that.
Yeah,
I like. You know why?
If you can't think for yourself, you just become a sheep.
You just a sheep. Exactly, bro.
I mean, real talk. We gotta do better, man. We gotta
do better. And I'm pushing it, man.
We gotta cancel culture.
Yeah, we gotta cancel culture, because at the end of the day, we gonna miss out on great people because we sitting up here and we canceling everybody. You know what I mean? We've gone too far. But again, as always, fellas, man, you guys can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, and of course, my favorite friend, the Twitter. And as always, man, Nation, we love y'all. It Nation, we appreciate y'all. Check us out, watch us, continue to heart, like, subscribe, all that good stuff in between. And until next episode, remember, man, let's cancel that cancel culture because this shit has gone
let's
too
cancel
far.
cancel culture. Let's start that. Let's
yeah.
start that hashtag.
Hashtag cancel culture. Yeah. Oh yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. Y'all heard it here first. Let's cancel culture. Hashtag that shit. You know what I'm saying? Until then, Eddie Dean, JJ, Omari J. We know you had to go.
Omari,
to sleep.
get that rest, buddy.
Get that rest, big dog. And until next time, y'all. Peace out, man.
Y'all be safe. I'll see y'all later, man.
See y'all later, man. Peace out.
Later.
Oh, that felt good. Yeah, that felt good right there. Later, JJ.